fantastic plastic.
Really? Is it fantastic?
Well, let's wait and see.
Okay then.
Welcome to CJDT, Happy DTing at Home, the podcast where imagination meets invention. I'm Charlotte and...
I'm still Helen.
I'm pleased to hear that. And today we're going to look into something new.
So before we begin, I feel we need to sort of say that there's a little whooshing in the background.
Oh my gosh, yes. Can you hear that?
Which is a fan because it's very, very hot.
Incredibly hot.
So we have a fan. So apologies if you hear a little humming. It is just the fan and it's not us singing. Anyway, so... what are we going to be exploring today?
Wow, well, do you know what? We had so much fun and doing the first podcast, and we had lots of fabulous feedback. Thank you for all of that. And several people out there asking about plastic.
Okay.
And is it really actually fantastic? So plastic, it's one of the most widely used materials, widely debated and widely misunderstood materials in design.
Crikey, I'm not a fan, you know. It's plastic is everywhere.
You're right, it absolutely is. From the keys on your keyboard to the clothes on your back.
What? The clothes on my back? They're not plastic. I'd be sweating.
I know, but I'll explain in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm hopefully going to help you understand plastic as a design material, making it engaging and meaningful for children, and using what you've already got at home to explore it hands-on. So let's get started.
Okay, but tell me about wearing plastic. As last time I checked, I wasn't wearing a plastic bag. I've got a nice, pretty dress on.
It's a very pretty dress.
Thank you, but plastic, really?
Are you sure it's not?
Well, I don't think so. It's going to be cotton or something, surely.
Well, I might have to check that out in a minute.
All right.
So, the basics. Many children and adults think of plastics as one thing, but it's not. It's a whole family of materials. Plastics are man-made, usually from oil or gas, although, Helen, originally they came from nature, and some still are.
Plastic from nature?
Yeah, like the sap from trees and, yeah, there's all sorts of things. There's... shellac.
Oh, for your nails.
For your nails. Yeah. It's actually bug secretion, but it's a natural plastic.
No way.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool and disgusting all in one.
Oh my goodness! I didn't realise it was natural. I just literally thought all man-made plastic.
No. So originally natural.
I like that.
Yeah, but also plastics. People think of like solid plastic, like Lego or something, but actually. It comes in flexible forms. It can be squishy, it can be stiff, transparent, foamy. I mean, you get craft foam, that's plastic. And it can even be as hard as rock. One of the best things that you can do at home is simply look around your home. And maybe try this with the children, your little learners. Ask how many different types of plastic they can spot in the room. Let them explore. They'll probably find bottle tops, Lego, food packaging, electronics, well, the casings of electronics, clothing and more.
There she goes, clothing again. We've just had to cut the label out of my dress.
Just
so we can see if my dress is made of plastic.
And actually, thankfully, in this heat,
yes,
it's not made of plastic. It was 100% cotton.
100% cotton, so yes. But I shall look on labels now to see if anything I wear is made of plastic.
Yeah, because invariably it is. And it's made with good reason out of plastic, which I'll explain.
Oh, okay. I look forward to hearing that.
Okay, so as I mentioned, plastic does come in different forms. So the one that I say to have a think about is acrylic, because everybody's heard of acrylic plastic, and you can get like acrylic plastic see-through signs that hold menus on restaurant tables and things like that. But you
key rings,
you get acrylic key rings, absolutely, and we know that that's a stiff plastic. But we also get acrylic paint.
So you're telling me there's plastic in paint?
Yeah, so acrylic paint is actually just runny, wet
No.
plastic.
Stop it.
So when it dries, it kind of goes that shiny plasticky.
Yes.
That's because it's acrylic. It's got acrylic plastic particles in it.
Seriously, who'd have thought at my age I'm still learning?
I know.
I am still learning.
I know, it's incredible. And
Wow.
And then, have you ever heard of acrylic wool?
Yes, I've heard of acrylic wool. Is there plastic in that?
It is plastic.
Oh my goodness, so they're in your clothes. A jumper.
Yes,
That's plastic.
it's jumper plastic.
No, stop.
Yes, I know, which is why quite like often jumpers for the winter are made from acrylic wool, plastic, because you're essentially wearing a plastic bag, and you know that plastic bags aren't breathable. It keeps you warm,
What?
and therefore it's a really good material to keep you warm in the winter.
For goodness sake.
I know.
Wow.
I know. The only thing I can really say to help it kind of visualise it a little bit easier is, you imagine you've got a glue gun. You put in a solid piece of
Yes,
glue.
yes.
Okay, it's really kind of plastic. And it goes past the heater,
Yeah.
which melts it down.
Yeah.
And if you've ever used a glue gun, you know it goes very, very stringy.
Yes.
So imagine lots of stringy glue, wind it all together,
Fibres of that.
the fibres of it, wind it all together, and you start making your own
Wool. Oh
which
my
you then
goodness.
knit, or however you're going to manufacture it, and turn it into a nice warm woolly jumper.
Ah,
Brilliant.
I love that.
So you
Tell me more.
I know, and you probably are wearing at some point some plastic clothes.
I will be.
So there's polyester, there's nylon, there's a whole host of different variations of plastic used in your clothes.
I am absolutely flabbergasted, because I didn't know that that's what they were.
No, and so many people don't. I mean, you
They are plastic.
and plastic is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, and then you can start seeing why people are going, there's plastic everywhere.
But we need some of this plastic. We just got to dispose of it properly.
We have, absolutely. So when hunting for plastics, when the children are looking around and hunting them down, they might also spot a recycling triangle symbol with a number inside.
A number inside. Now, I've seen that. What does that number mean?
Yeah, so I should imagine you spot them everywhere, but we just don't take them in the same way.
I don't know what those numbers mean.
Okay, so each number tells you what type of plastic it is that you're holding. It's a brilliant real world way to introduce material identification, and that you can find out what the numbers mean. Generally they're 1 to 7 for the plastics, and you go on the internet and find out. But actually I do have a plastic pack that I will tell you a bit more about at the end as well.
Wow.
And a little video that explains it. So I'll put the link in the comments to the plastic pack and to the video, so you can watch that and see.
And then we'll see what the numbers mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
They're so handy. So these recycling triangles for plastics, you'll see them on plastics, but actually the identification numbers, they have them for glass and different types of paper as well. So they're on lots of things.
Wow. So, what else can families do to explore plastics at home? Hang on. Please tell me that this is the parent power up bit.
No,
Oh.
not yet, Helen.
Oh.
You're not going to go power.
Power. Oh.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, so in design technology, we teach children to think like designers. For example, what is the purpose of material? Why it has been used or not used in a particular way. So why not explore with when you're looking at plastics, have a think why a plastic ruler is rigid, why food wrap is flexible and airtight, and why garden chairs are often made from plastic instead of wood or metal. I had my plastic chairs for 30 years.
Oh, you did well for 30 years, but doesn't plastic go brittle?
It depends what kind of plastic you're using, and if it's the right sort and you look after them, they can last a very long time.
Okay, so if you don't leave it in the sun too long and out in the winter.
Yeah, because my parents had the chairs for 10 years and then we moved and they very kindly let us have them, and we had them for 20 years. So
they did well.
They did really, really well.
Whereas wood would rot away.
Absolutely.
And metal would go rusty.
Absolutely. So it was definitely a good material for the purpose.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, if I'm being really honest, kind of got fed up with them in the end.
Oh dear.
It wouldn't break.
They were too good.
They were. Okay, so for older learners, you might want to introduce the words thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic.
Okay, explain now. Thermoplastics, thermosetting plastics.
Okay, so thermoplastics are plastics that when you heat them up, they will soften and you can change their shape. So like, for instance, going back to the glue gun example, when you heat up the glue gun plastic, it softens and you can change its shape.
Can I ask something
Yeah,
in this? Records. You know the old-fashioned records?
Oh, yeah.
I've
Vinyl.
got vinyl. I have a bowl that I bought at a market.
Yeah.
That was actually a record, but it had been melted and moulded into a bowl.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can do things like that.
You can. So that would be...
But don't go melting your parents' records.
No, and actually you have to do it under strict conditions because it can give off toxic fumes.
Yes.
So, but it is still a thermoplastic because you can heat it and change the shape. And then the other sort of plastic was thermosetting because it's set. Once it's been heated and set, that's it. It's thermoset. It's not going to change shape.
It would stay like that.
Yeah, you can heat.
What if you poured boiling water on it?
So have a think. Kettles. You get plastic kettles.
Oh my goodness, you do.
They
don't melt, do they?
They don't melt. So that is
my goodness.
Thermoset plastic, because you don't want to have a floppy melty kettle.
Goodness.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible.
Yeah. And as well as kettles, you've got things like the casings on electrical products. What are they called? My brain's gone blank. You put your plug sockets.
Plugs.
Yeah, anything like
plastic.
that. They're plastic, but they are thermoset, so that when they get hot, they're not going to start flopping about and softening.
And when you're charging your phones, those plugs are plastic.
Yeah.
They get very hot.
Yeah.
They don't soften.
No, so they have been
Wow.
they've been set in a particular shape, and that is it. And again, if you want to know a bit more about it, I will put the link, as I said, to the YouTube video that I made a little while ago during COVID that covers thermoplastics.
Oh no, that would be great to put that up, because this is, like I say, I'm still learning.
Brilliant.
It's amazing. Thank you.
I really love that you are. That's excellent.
Wow. There's so much to discuss and learn with the children.
Absolutely. And it can be overwhelming, but don't worry about teaching them every type of plastic and the categories and all that. Focus on the function of a product and the form. So, for example, the shape. Ask questions like, is it bendy? Is it see-through? Does it float? Can it be recycled? And all these questions develop critical thinking around learning about materials.
Wow.
Practical activities.
Using plastics at home.
Yeah, let's talk hands-on.
Go for it.
Okay, so here are some practical, low-cost ideas to explore plastics with your children. So we were already studying about a plastic hunt. Yeah. So suggest maybe 5 to 10 plastic items around the house. Don't forget to compare whether they're rigid, soft, transparent, all those sort of things. Kind of try and have a guess what each job each plastic is doing and why. And a really nice way to kind of like sum it up, because obviously, it's always really good because I'm talking a lot of home educators are obviously listening, and as a home educator myself, it's all very well running around the house doing all this and having all these amazing conversations, but actually at the end of the day, sometimes it's really nice to have something visual to go back to that you can stick in a book, maybe some evidence on your phone showing what you've been getting up to. So it's really nice to finish off that kind of activity of hunting for the plastics, take some photos of what you found and just jot down some findings that you've talked about next to each picture. Label each one maybe, or even have the children draw a couple of them. Maybe they could even copy out the recycling symbols and say what each plastic is.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Another really nice simple activity, we've already talked about recycling recycling symbols. Well, how about a recycled design challenge? So give your child a pile of plastic offcuts like lids, wrappers, bottles, cartons, and ask them, can they invent a toy?
That would be good.
They would, yeah. Or build a mini sculpture or design packaging for a product.
Look at these plastic things in a different ways.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
make it into something.
I mean, so often we just look at things and we don't think about them that much, but by actually having that pile and asking these questions get them to think in a different way. Encourage them to, again, make a record of what we're doing. Encourage them to sketch their ideas before they actually then make a prototype. Try and put all their ideas together and maybe present it to you, their findings and what they've actually discovered and what they're designing. And this taps into their design thinking process, which is key in design technology.
Exactly. You have to have your design, think about your design, because you can't make anything if you haven't thought about a design.
That's it, absolutely. And it's all part of the design cycle, which we'll have to talk about another time.
Oh, there's lots to talk about, isn't there?
So much to talk about. Okay, so another quick thing that you could do is with your bits of plastic that you found, maybe in your recycling plastic tub, you might want to do plastic testing lab. I know, it sounds fun, doesn't it?
That's fancy.
It's very fancy. So you could do these simple tests with the children. You can compare which plastics float or sink, because not all of them do float and not all of them do sink. And then maybe have a discussion why you think which ones do and which ones don't.
Like a plastic bag.
Yeah.
That would sink because it would fill with water and fall to the bottom.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and then you could even, oh my gosh, that's a really good idea. Then seal the plastic bag like one of those Ziploc ones.
Oh yes, put some air in it.
Yeah, and then see if it also floats or sinks. I like that. Then fill it with water.
That's a good idea.
You're really good. You inspired me there.
Well,
Helen.
there we go.
And then you could also see which ones are waterproof.
Yep.
And then you can talk about other things that you might have around the house. Like quite often umbrellas, especially little children's ones, are made from plastic. So obviously they're going to be waterproof. And then you could talk about what happens to plastics. Do they melt or soften? They don't melt, they soften actually. It's a common mistake. People go, oh, that plastic's melting. It's not, it's softening.
It's softening.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bugbear that I have. Oh, it's not melting.
Oh dear, don't go there.
No. So you can say which ones soften when they're exposed to warm water. I mean, I don't want to encourage anybody at home to start setting fire to plastics because they give off such toxic fumes or heating them in the wrong way. I mean, some plastics, that's okay to heat them, but because you don't know what you're dealing with, it's best just to stay safe and not put them in ovens and not set fire to them or anything
definitely.
like that. But
we had, weirdly enough, a plastic sign was outside in that sunshine.
Yeah.
And I was saying, oh, it's melting.
I would have gone, no, Helen, it's softening.
It was softening. It was changing its sort of shape. Where
Oh,
it was
wow.
softening, but I was saying it was melting.
Yeah.
It's melting.
So actually, this is a really good time of year to put something outside and see what happens in the extreme heat.
Yes.
I love it. That's a whole nother level of the plastic testing lab that I hadn't
put it
thought of.
outside and see what happens.
So I was going to say, because it might not always be a sunny day, you could get a bowl of warm water and pop it in the warm water and see if it curls or changes shape, or whether it stays as rigid and as hard as before you put it in the warm water. I like that.
Oh, see, more experiments to
try. And then a safe plastic, if you did want to put a plastic, heat it up. Shrinky dinks.
Shrinky dinks.
Oh my gosh.
I like that name.
You're off again.
Shrinky dinks.
So I'm sure you've probably come across them. You can buy them in craft shops. They're little pieces of plastic. You can draw a picture on it, colour it, pop it in the oven. It shrinks.
It shrinks it down.
It shrinks it down. And you were just saying to me, how old is your daughter now?
Oh my goodness, she's 28.
28. And it's still...
I've still got them on the fridge, the shrinky dinks that she did, yes.
Oh, that's so lovely. So not only would you be exploring plastics, but you'll be making memories.
And then you could put a little magnet on them and put them on the fridge. That's what mine are.
And they're clearly not biodegradable. Because they're still there.
They're still there, exactly. They've not gone anywhere.
Fantastic. Sustainability.
Ooh, controversial.
Controversial indeed. So you were just saying about having your shrinky dinks from like 20 years ago?
Yeah.
20 years, my gosh. And I jokingly said they haven't biodegraded. They're still there.
Maybe you can pop a picture up later of the shrinky dinks.
Of your shrinky dinks, maybe. You know. I have to see if I can. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, all right. 53. Oh, I think you're talking.
Oh,
is it that's your wristwatch talking to you?
Okay,
so we are concentrating. So the environment, and this is the part where plastics get complicated. Okay, so as we all know, plastics have a bad reputation, and for good reason, really.
They do, but if people didn't throw the bottles in just on the ground and recycled them properly, surely they wouldn't have such bad reputation.
So part of this is actually about being responsible with what you're using. Okay, so plastics generally are slow to break down, and if they're not being disposed of correctly, then they're breaking down into our environment and going into the oceans, and then the fish are eating it, and then we're eating the fish, and there's a whole load of upset that's there. And when you're talking about it with the children, you have to be very mindful of this, because it's quite a full-on topic.
Be careful, because then they might not want to be eating some things because they think plastic's in it.
So you've got to think wisely about how you approach these things, and it isn't all bad. So you have to just be mindful of how you're covering it. Plastics are everywhere, as we were discussing already. They're in our clothes, they're in the items that we're buying, for our drink bottles, to dinner plates, to the electrical equipment. We were saying they're everywhere, and they're even in our cosmetics.
Oh my goodness, are they?
They are absolutely. They're getting better at trying to make it less in our cosmetics and shampoos and things like that, but there was a time where there was a lot more, so they are everywhere, and most of what we throw, unfortunately, isn't actually recycled.
What do you mean? What if you put it in your recycling?
Well, I mean, if you put it in your recycling, that's really good. Unfortunately, not everybody recycles properly, and I do really urge you to look at your local council's guidance on what they do and don't recycle, because unfortunately they don't recycle a lot of the soft plastics.
They don't, and they say on some of those, they say take it to your supermarket and put it in your supermarket thing. Well, some of us don't go to the supermarket. We have shopping delivered, so we're not going to take that plastic to the supermarket.
No, so it starts getting really tricky. So
it does.
It's a difficult topic. But important, not all plastic is inherently evil. Evil. Help your children ask the following. So how can we use plastic more wisely? What can we use as alternative plastics? For example, we were talking about 3D printing in our last podcast, which is all about making things from plastic. So actually, what we do use when I'm doing 3D printing isn't your regular plastic. I always use something called PLA, which is actually made from cornstarch.
Okay.
So it's an alternative type of plastic which is more natural. It breaks down more easily. Still does take a bit of time, and it actually doesn't give off the same kind of toxic fumes and stuff if it's incinerated and things. And there are lots of alternatives coming out into the market now. I've personally seen magazines that come through that used to have like a plastic coating over a plastic coming like a plastic bag.
Yes.
They're no longer plastic bags. They are, but they look plastic, but they're actually
food compostable ones.
That's it. They're food compostable ones.
Yes.
Yeah, so food compostable ones, you obviously get when we go to Tesco's or I'm thinking of the Co-op or any of those sort of shops.
Yes.
They have plastic bags, but they're not plastic, they're compostable ones. Yeah. So there are alternatives out there. So it's good to start looking for the alternatives and using them more.
Yeah.
But also ask the children to think about what happens when those plastics are thrown away. Are they being recycled? Recycled bottles. That now more and more I'm seeing it come through. I'm having my Coke bottle or my fizzy drink bottle, and on the side of it it says this is 50% made from or 90% made from recycled plastic bottles. And in actual fact, we've got teddy bears at home that now on the label say I am made 100% from plastic bottles, recycled.
Yes.
So it's really important to...
And pencils. I've had a pencil before that was made from...
Recycled, yeah. So things are recycled, and it's worth looking out for those alternatives and thinking about what happens when you're recycling your own waste. And we can also think about what products we can use that either last longer or as an alternative. So maybe you get a plastic bottle, but your water bottle, but you use one that is reusable. So you just keep taking your, like today, a really hot day. I'm sorry, you can still probably hear the fan in the background.
Still going.
I've been carrying my own water bottle. It's plastic, but it's the same water bottle I've had for a long time, and I'm refilling it all the time. And I can see right in front of me on the table, you've got a metal one. That's it. And you obviously can keep refilling that. So you're finding alternatives.
Yes.
When we're going to Costa Coffee and places like that,
people take their own cups.
That's it, to try and reduce that waste.
Yes.
And reusing things. So there's lots of different ways. And again, the YouTube video that I made about plastics covers some of those different options that you can go for. Well worth checking it out.
Thinking about it, there's lots to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's not all doom and gloom.
No. You have to. The media makes things lots of doom and gloom, but you have to put it into perspective.
That's it. And like I say, there are more and more alternative plastics coming out, and it would be I can imagine doing a little mini project at home with the children, looking into this and seeing what you find.
Yeah,
write it up.
It's interesting.
Parent power up time.
Power up time.
Oh my goodness. I think there was even more power ups than last time.
Go for it.
Okay, well, in truth, actually, a lot of the whole podcast has been a parent power up time, hopefully. I hope you find a lot of it interesting and helpful.
I've been learning, and my daughter is old and everything now, and I never learnt all this at school. I wish that you were my teacher when I was at school.
Oh,
because
bless
I would have learned a lot more than I did.
Oh, you're so lovely.
No, it's true.
Well, I'm hoping that this has whole bit thing has been a power up time for parents, but also something to bear in mind is it all links in beautifully with if you're looking into and studying environmental studies. It also links to geography, citizenship, as well as design, technology and science. So there's a whole lot going on when you're looking at plastics. It's not just about design, technology, it's all those things combined.
Wow, you see, it all helps, doesn't it, all this to understand.
Definitely. Also, if you're new to teaching DT or don't have access to workshops, machinery, technical knowledge, don't worry. Here's what matters. Encouraging curiosity. Allow trial and error.
Oh, yes, because you learn from your mistakes.
Oh, absolutely. You don't learn half so well if you don't make those mistakes. Talk about materials, design and purpose. Let your child create things even with basic tools. Many professional designers start with cardboard, sticky tape and their imagination. You don't need a laser cutter to teach good design. You just need time, space and a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
Try building a little material investigation kit at home. You can include things like clean offcuts of different plastics, a magnifying glass, a simple chart, whether it's flexible, rigid, recyclable, etc. Some tools like scissors, rulers, tweezers.
Sellotape. Don't forget sellotape.
Oh, if you're going to...
tape thing, that cuts the sellotape.
A tape dispenser. Yes. That was one of the best purchases I ever made for my children when they were little. The amount of times they gave me the sellotape and said, cut me another piece, because they were creating something out of plastic, their new invention. I'd be like, where's the end of the sellotape gone?
Yes.
Get yourself a tape dispenser.
Yeah.
Oh, but do be careful of the blade, because that sometimes gets really sharp. And you can use the kit and sellotape for making, but also you can use the kit for comparing, testing and discussing materials across lots of different lessons, not just for the plastics, for things in the future too. Plastics are all around us, and teaching about them doesn't have to be overwhelming. In design and technology, the goal is to help children think, what is it made from, why, and how could it be improved? And in doing that, we're not just teaching design, we're teaching problem solving, critical thinking, and care for the world around us. That's a massive thing.
It's very important.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today, and Helen. On CJDT, Happy DTing at home. I hope this episode gives you confidence, ideas, and a few simple wins for your DT session at home.
I hope so, because it's given me lots of ideas and help.
It's brilliant. And until next time, keep exploring,
keep making,
and remember, every design starts with a question. Cheerio! Bye!